9 of us who escaped.
Unite, fight, and protect. We're here at the UK premiere of DJ Caruso's new movie, I Am Number 4, starring Alex Pettyfer of Stormbreaker fame. We'll be hopefully catching up with some of the stars of the movie, and you can see it all here on Premiere Scene.
Number 2 was murdered in England. Number 3 was hunted down in Kenya.
Earlier today, Premiere Scene attended the press conference for I Am Number 4, and we got the opportunity to ask Alex Pettyfer about his journey through the movie. We also asked DJ Caruso, the director of the movie, about using 3D in his films.
I discovered about teamwork, and for the first time, I'd done a few movies before, and I had never really had the experience that DJ had passed on to me, and that is when you're number 1 on the call sheet, that you have to basically lift everyone's morale up, and me and DJ were basically the father and the son of the set, and tried to keep the energy vibrant every day, and it's a different kind of pressure. You kind of the better you are on set, the better they work, and that was something very powerful.
Thankfully, this isn't in 3D for a change. Were you ever tempted?
No. I'm not. I love Avatar, and I love sort of what's happening when people shoot a movie that's supposed to be 3D and intended to be 3D. But I'm not particularly a huge fan of 3D. I think it's one of those things that I personally hope that it's sort of this passing gimmick. I feel like there's the Avatar and like even Michael with Transformers are doing it right when a filmmaker really understands the medium and shooting it. But all these conversions, after the fact conversions, are just so bothersome to me. I just feel like it's just, I don't know. I mean, personally, it's probably not the right thing to say because it's not probably the best thing for my career. But but I just want it to go away. I really just want it to go away.
Isn't the next movie you're doing in 3D?
No.
I don't know. I think what you were trying to say is that you don't like 3D unless it's in a film like Tangled, which is a Disney film.
Oh yes, Tangled, absolutely, yes, absolutely. Tangled. It was no, but you know what I mean. I think there's so many things now that are just being converted because it becomes a spectacle and it becomes the event. And I'm proud that this movie's an IMAX movie, kind of done now. IMAX is the old-fashioned big way, and I love that. But I don't know. I feel like until people really learn how to craft a proper movie, and obviously Avatar did that. I think the rest of it's just sort of. I don't want to say I just don't think it's right.
You can only be killed in sequence.
What number am I? 7? 5? I'm number 4. I'm next.
Can I ask you how you got involved with making this movie?
Yeah, I was contacted by DreamWorks and Steven Spielberg and Stacey Snider, and they sent me the manuscript, and they said, look, we know you're looking to do like a science fiction movie because we've been talking to you about it, and we think we have a really exciting one. And I read the manuscript, fell in love with the idea, fell in love with his character, number 4, and realized like if you can have a really strong character like that and a real sort of fun, canvas to tell the story, that would be a good movie for me. So I jumped on board.
How did the actors react on set? How did they work well with practical effects as well as special effects?
Well, practical effects to me are really important because when you have to combine CG, you really want to make sure you have a lot of practical things. So when a monster is crashing through a wall, I'll make sure we're really crashing through a wall. The monster will get put in later, but I wanted to make sure they have things to react to. And it also makes, within the frame as a filmmaker, when you have those practical elements, there's a texture in there that you can't even explain that the CG element never has. So I love to combine both for the actors and for me.
How did the collaboration with Michael Bay and, dare I say it, one of the godfathers of sci-fi and action, Mr. Spielberg, how did that come about?
Well, it came about, I've been working with Steven and DreamWorks for a couple movies, and so they sent me the manuscript, so I wanted to stay in the family. Michael, they had bought the book for Michael to direct, but he was off doing Transformers 3, and so it came in, Michael was one of the producers, and Steven, so you have like Michael Bay, who's the kick-ass sci-fi action guy, and you got Steven, who's basically God, and so you have really two good people looking over your shoulders, and whenever, their great thing was they gave me so much freedom, and whenever I needed them, I would just give them a call, and in a second they'd give me an opinion, so it was really nice. It's an honor. Yeah.
Was it always the intention to make this movie for the even bigger screen, as in IMAX?
It wasn't the initial intention, but having Eagle Eye was in IMAX and it was pretty successful. And so when I heard halfway through the shoot they were thinking about it, it makes you think a little bit differently how you're going to shoot the action and stuff. But the IMAX element for me is so exciting because the dynamic sound and the gigantic picture and and having it's like truly the way you want someone to experience your movie, you know. And I'm not a big 3D fan myself, you know, because I think it's being overviewed. So to me, having the IMAX movie, like if I can encourage anybody to see it in IMAX, please do, because it's that much better of an experience. Yeah.
Who was your inspiration as a director growing up?
I had a couple. Obviously, it was Steven Spielberg, and in a weird way, Martin Scorsese was probably the biggest influence on me, because I grew up in Connecticut and watched all the movies in New York, and Mean Streets felt like it was a movie about my father. So I would say, you know, between Scorsese and Spielberg, and you know, another guy I really love is Hal Ashby. I think he's sort of this rated director, and I think anybody that can do a movie like Shampoo and Being There is just so diverse, and I really love those guys. Yeah.
You're gonna do well here.
John Smith.
Okay. You don't want to tell me your name.
What's this? Seems like you want to run away.
That is kind of private, actually.
Been to a lot of places. I think this is a pretty good place.
Welcome to Piccadilly. How was your experience of London so far?
Wow, it's been so beautiful, although I haven't had much time out of the hotel. We've been doing the press junket, and so I'm going out tonight. I'm going out for Japanese. That's it.
It's a great place for all types of meals in London. Is there any particular part of the movie that you're particularly proud of going forward as an actress?
Yeah, I think so. My favourite scene is the scene of 4 and 6 where we are fighting for the first time alongside each other. And it was cool because we had been doing choreography, sorry, I'm getting distracted, because, you know, it was like weeks and weeks and weeks of learning these moves, and then we get in there and we have to do them, and it's hard. You've got to hit your marks, and if you don't hit your marks, then you get smashed in the face, and it looks so much harder than what it does on screen. But
following on from that, DJ Caruso likes to use a lot of CGI, but he also likes to use a lot of practical effects.
Yeah.
What was that like?
Look, I was really happy he used practical effects. As an actor, it's so much easier to be acting alongside somebody rather than trying to react to a green screen. So I really appreciated that, and I feel like the audience is more connected when they can really see what's going on for real.
DJ Caruso on set, suddenly Michael Bay walks on the set, suddenly Mr. Spielberg walks on the set. As an actress, it's quite overwhelming for you, possibly.
Look, I feel incredibly privileged to be a part of this film and to be working with people of that caliber. I always dreamt of not even doing something with Spielberg, but I just loved his movies so much, and just the idea that I'm in a film that's associated with him. It's really incredible, and I guess I'm just pinching myself still.
You were given these powers for a reason. As you focus, you're going to learn to control them.
When we last spoke to you, as a company, you were just heading off to Hollywood after doing Stormbreaker. What's the journey been like for you as an actor since then?
Very nerve-wracking, kind of a weird experience and very overwhelming. But it's been a good ride, and hopefully this will turn out good, and I've done well, maybe.
You're working with some of the, I would call the godfathers of directing and big sci-fi action movies. What was that like? Michael Bay, DJ Caruso, and of course Steven Spielberg.
Yeah, it was amazing. You know, Steven Spielberg is an icon and is one of my idols, and Michael Bay is a phenomenon. To create Bad Boys and, you know, Transformers, and to have him on board was amazing, and really has, you know, helped us and been inspiring for me.
What were the physical challenges like on this movie? Were they more so than Stormbreaker, or just the same, maybe?
They were a little bit more demanding, obviously, because I was 15 years of age, but yeah, I mean, both different.
Where do you see your career going? Obviously, you've had Tom Brown School Days, then you've gone into sci-fi. What kind of acting would you say is your forte? What would you like to do in the future?
I just played a part where I played the bad guy in a movie called Now, which was very interesting and different for me, so I kind of like playing the bad guy.
They're here. Where is the boy?
There's a hell of a lot more coming. I'm not gonna let anyone hurt you. I'm not leaving.
as well, we spoke to director DJ Caruso and also actress Teresa Palmer and the main star himself, Alex Pettyfer. We'll join you next time on Premier Scene.
You have no idea how many have made sacrifices so you could live.
If they kill you, we are all gonna die.
Who are you?
Number 6.
You're more powerful together.
You have no idea what I'm capable of.